Coming up on today's episode, today we are going to open up about things parents feel guilty about but probably wouldn't disclose.
Too much screen time.
If you know your child is not well, don't send them in.
Not going to mention anybody, but yeah, one's a little bit more annoying at the moment.
Okay, we'll move on. We're going to have a domestic. She said she feels guilty about spending money on herself. Talking of Spice Girls, just quickly, can we just quickly delve into the whole like Brooklyn Beckham thing? Just as a side note for 2 seconds. Because do you think they're feeling pretty guilty as parents right now?
Welcome to the Fun Dad, Dean and Wife Unfiltered podcast. I am Dean.
And I'm Sara.
So, parenting obviously comes with a lot of guilt, doesn't it? And we all have those really... Why are you shrugging your shoulders?
I don't think we should feel guilty for these things, but carry on.
So, parenting comes with a lot of guilt, and I have loads of these moments where I feel guilty. And sometimes I don't say it out loud, but I definitely think them.
I think every parent feels that way sometimes, even if they don't admit it. But today we are going to open up about things parents feel guilty about, but probably wouldn't disclose.
Yeah. So we asked our Instagram audience for the things they feel guilty about, but wouldn't disclose. And we're going to talk about them today and our own ones, aren't we?
Yeah, because maybe if we actually talk about the things that we feel guilty about, the guilt can turn into something else. Like more connection. Oh, other people feel that way. Understanding about the motives why people feel that guilt. And, you know, maybe this will make you feel a little bit less guilty for some of the things.
Well, I read the responses. Obviously, there was quite a lot, wasn't there?
Yeah.
I went through them and I was like, God, this is so relatable.
I mean,
Relatable. I was like, some of them I was like, yeah, Jesus, I thought that, but I never would tell anyone I thought that. So, yeah, this is going to be a good one. I'm looking forward to this.
Well, so I'm going to kick off with my biggest parenting guilt. And I probably feel this parenting guilt every day. And I have for all the time. I have got like massive respect for working parents. But I wish so bad that I hadn't gone back to work when Daisy was so young. I went back when she was 7 months old. And I went back full time. And I used to leave at 7 and get back at 7? And I just feel so guilty about that.
You used to ring me up in tears a lot of the time, quite a bit. And I used to be like, oh, sorry, it's fine. But
I think as well, it's not, the guilt stems from the fact that I feel like it's my fault why, for example, she's such a fussy eater, because I didn't get a chance to wean her. She wasn't consistently weaned. And I feel guilty for that every day. Like every day when I'm like, oh, what the fuck am I going to feed her? Or like we're going out for a restaurant, I have to check the menu before we go. It's like I blame myself for the fact that she's such a fussy eater because I went back to work when she was so young and I didn't wean her.
Do you think that's true though? Or is that just something your mind's telling you? Because I don't think that's true.
I mean, I don't know.
Because as a kid, I was like her. Ridiculously fussy. So fussy. Then I grew out of it and now there's every food I like. So I think some kids are just more fussy than others. And I don't think you can...
But I don't want her to grow up and turn around to me one day and say, like, oh, why did you go back to work when I was 7 months old? Because really, at that point in our lives, the answer would have been, well, you wouldn't have had a roof over your head. We'd have lost our house if I didn't go back to work.
She's not going to turn around and say that. She doesn't
she
doesn't even remember being 7 months old.
But people made me feel better about that because, interestingly, a lot of people feel the opposite. So I feel guilty for going to work, but response from some of the parents on the poll was actually a lot of parents, and I've got a feeling you're going to have an opinion on this. So their responses were, looking forward to going back to work again. Awful guilt, but mentally I need the break from parenting. And then somebody else said, I enjoy going to work for a break. So they feel guilty about the fact that they enjoy going to work as a break from their kids.
Yeah, I don't. I love going to work to get away from them, but I don't feel guilty about it. I think it might be different for dads. I think it is a bit different. I wouldn't feel guilty about going to work.
It's a bit sexist.
Why is it?
Well, why should a dad feel any less guilty than a mum for going to work?
Oh, come on.
Just saying. Why do I feel all this guilt then for going back to work when Dave's listening?
I can't control your guilt. I don't know why you feel guilty. It's the way your brain is wired, I guess. But I wouldn't feel guilty about going back to work. I think I need to go to work. I need to go to work to provide and that. So why would I feel guilty about doing that?
I feel like that balance now. So eventually, once I was pregnant with Ruby, our youngest, when Daisy was 4, I managed to secure a part-time role at my school. So I was Monday to Wednesday. And instantly that helped. But I would still say, if I'm brutally honest, deep down, I still feel guilty for going to work.
Really?
Yeah, even though it's 3 days. Because I just feel like they miss out on stuff. Like, I can't do the school run. I feel guilty about that. I can't do the clubs. I feel guilty about that. Like, they want to do gymnastics clubs, but I don't have a day where I can do it.
You don't feel that guilty. You could have done a school run this morning.
I couldn't. I'd wash my hair.
The hair was going to get wet. Oh, the guilt must be insane. Come on now.
And you'd have been like, we're late for the podcast.
You're going to have to do the school run this morning because I don't want to get my hair wet.
Yeah, I didn't want to get my hair wet. I blow-dried it.
No, I take your points on board though.
All right.
I understand.
Go on then.
I wouldn't feel guilty about any of that.
Do you have anything you feel guilty about?
Yeah.
Oh, go on then. Let's hear it.
I've got a few actually, so I'm going to include them all.
Just give me one.
Overly reacting when I'm in a bad mood. I often feel very guilty about that. And I often make up for it.
Still do it again though, don't you?
Yeah, because sometimes you're just so overstimulated and then they're just like not listening and you're like, you've got nothing left in the tank. They're not listening.
They've got nothing left.
They've got nothing, like Ian Bill. Like, fucking hell. And then they do something they minor that you normally wouldn't react to. Then you react and then you feel guilty and then you sort of make up for it by being overly nice for like the next 2 hours. That's what happens to me.
You've been doing that recently with the cups from Pitch Perfect. You know that?
Oh, fuck that.
So they've been doing like the cup song, the Anna Kendrick cup song, just haven't stopped from Pitch Perfect.
No, but that drives me nuts anyway.
You'll be all right for like 5 minutes of them doing the cup song, and then all of a sudden it's like this flip has switched.
My mum and dad
came
round about 3 p.m. on a Sunday. Last Sunday, wasn't it? They came round. They've been doing it all day, this cup. So they came round when they came. And I really reacted.
She wanted to show him the
cups. I really reacted. I was like, no, I don't want no more of that. My brain is in a fizz. And my mum was like, thought I really overreacted. But she hadn't seen the previous 8 hours. I was like, yeah, but you've had it for 13 seconds.
8 hours? More like the last 2 weeks.
You've had it for 13 seconds. So don't compare.
Daisy just was... It's really hard to learn. I can't do it. Bet you couldn't do it.
They are really good at it, but it's really bloody annoying. But yeah, that especially. So I would always say sorry if I've done it.
We talked about this before on one of the podcasts when we spoke about... I can't remember what it was, but we basically spoke about feeling like the fact that children need to see conflict in order to... When children need to see conflict in order to know how to come about resolution. Yep. And I think, at the end of the day, everyone is human and there will be points at which people lose it, but it's how you then model, like you just said, you will apologise, you will own it and you will move on. I still think maybe... there's some work to do on just not going from like 0 to maniac.
But for both of us.
Yours is more frequently than my 0 to maniac. And,
I'm the observer of you.
A woman's
you're the observer of me.
Is to go crazy now and again. But yeah, and I think as long as you show the kids, like, look, I did lose it then and I'm sorry, I apologise. Then that's the best you can do. I feel guilty
at bedtime as well, every night.
Why do you feel guilty at bedtime?
She's so annoying at bedtime.
Are you talking about the youngest?
Yeah. Like, I go up there, we do a story, which is lovely. I always do story, 1 or 2 stories I do. Then we lie there, we cuddle, and she's just going on and on and on. And until I say, look, go to sleep, shut your eyes, basically shut up, she doesn't do it. So I have to do it every night. And I'm like, then she falls asleep, she looks so cute, and I'm like... didn't have to do that. But I did, because she doesn't listen otherwise. She just would go on and on, bouncing around. It's like...
But she is a different kettle of fish, babes. We know that with her.
Yeah, she's a different kettle of fish. But that's why I feel guilty, because she can't really control a lot of it. And I just feel like
Ruby can go from having a full-blown conversation, rabbiting on, like laughing hysterically, to like 5 seconds later, bang.
Yeah, she did it last night. I was like, LaRube's, enough now. I don't want to hear no more. No more talking. Done. Finished. Turn over. She's asleep.
Yeah.
But you have to do that for her to get in. I feel guilty about that.
Well, maybe that's being cruel to be kind, so she has a good night's sleep.
Yeah, but I'm a soft touch, so I feel guilty about everything. Anyway,
okay,
let's read out some of the viewers' stuff that they felt guilty about.
So this one was interesting. So somebody messaged saying, I don't think my kids made me a better person. I actually think I am a worse version of myself now.
She might have been having a bad day when she wrote that. I don't know. Do you? How do you feel about that?
I think I could resonate with that comment a bit.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think until you accept that having children does change you, and having children might change aspects of your personality, your physicality, the way you look. I think you just have to accept that that comes sometimes with having children, and you won't be the version of yourself that you were before kids. And until you accept that, it can be quite difficult to come to terms with. Like, I'm not the same person that I was pre-kids. But then flip that, I think you might ask people in their late 30s who don't have kids, are you the same version of yourself as you were 10 years ago? They're probably not either. So it's not just about the kids. It's about evolving, growing and changing as you get older anyway.
I'm more uptight now. I'm more uptight than I was in my 20s, no doubt. More stresses, more life stresses, kids, makes you more uptight.
They definitely make you more...
Like, I'm on edge a lot of the time.
Stress.
Yeah,
they
definitely.
Do.
So I'm more uptight. But I'm better in other ways. I'm definitely better in other ways.
But it's interesting that she said, I don't think they made me a better person, she said. I don't know if it was a man or a woman, actually. I don't think my kids made me a better person. Do kids have to make you a better person?
Yeah, there's a lot of self-reflection, isn't there, that you need to do it yourself. So, tricky.
Yeah.
I'm better some ways and worse the others. Like, I'm more uptight. 100%. Just so stressed.
What do you mean, uptight?
Don't you think I'm a bit uptight?
I don't really get that word.
A bit snappy, often.
You've always been a bit snappy.
No, I was better in my 20s. I was more chilled out. All I was doing was partying.
Because you were fucking drunk half the time,
Partying and boozing.
Basically, I've got this book at home, right? And you know The Hungry Caterpillar? Like, you know, in the caterpillar, you have the caterpillar at the start of the story, and then he goes through and he eats loads of food, but he was still hungry. On Monday, he ate but he was still hungry.
Yeah, we all know it, Sara.
You're right. Well, anyway,
I have to read the old book to us.
No, I got this book at home, and it's basically a parody of it, and it's the very hungover dad or the very hungover whatever. Yeah. And Ruby the other day was in the bathroom because I keep a load of random books on the shelf in the downstairs toilet, you know, like you do, probably covered in feces and germs, but great. I watched a video on that the other day. You shouldn't keep anything like that in your bathroom. Anyway, but we do. And I opened this book,
the books.
And it was Ruby was reading it the other day, and it basically has this dad, and he wakes up on the sofa, and it's basically a parody of the book. And he's like, he had 1 coffee and 2 paracetamol, but he was still hungover. And then it carried on, and it was like, I don't know, he had a takeaway from the curry house, 2 cans of full fat Coke, and an ibuprofen, but he was still hungover. And Ruby read this book, and she's like, "Oh, that's Daddy, that is."
That makes me feel good.
And the other day, Daisy...
You paint such a beautiful picture of me.
This is so bad. But the other day, Daisy said something, and then I repeated it later to you, and you pretended like you didn't hear me, but you did. Daisy says something like, "At the weekend, Dad's either drunk or hungover."
Shut up. That's just not true. That's such bollocks.
Well, that's an 11-year-old's opinion.
Anyway,
so...
that's my next guilt, actually. That
is it? What's your guilt? Go on.
Being hungover. I hate it.
I know.
Guilt's the worst part of being hungover. I don't care about the physical stuff, and it's the guilt, I feel. Like, the kids coming up to me, I'm like, oh, fuck's sake. Can't do anything useful with them. Like, it's a whole day wasted with them. Just hate it. Yeah.
I think we need to do a podcast specifically on alcohol journeys and the impact as parents on the alcohol journeys. I would like to do that coming up. I think we should do that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm great with that.
Because I definitely used to feel guilty. My guilt didn't necessarily come from the hangover because I get up, crack on and get on with it, generally, don't I?
You don't get that pissed, though.
I used to.
Yeah,
but my guilt came from the actual being drunk and the decisions that I might make when I used to be drunk in front of the kids. Like, maybe things I said to them or the way I acted or keeping them up later than I would have normally kept them up. Like, yeah.
My one's the big nights. Like, 3 or 4 pints I'm fine with in front of the kids. I'm fine. I don't change, really. It's when I just get ratted.
Drunkest man in the room.
And I just, I hate myself afterwards, especially. So that's when
I fucking hate you at the time.
You don't speak to me for about 4 days. I just think to myself, why?
Why? It's not worth it.
Why? But it just does keep happening.
Anyway, let's move on.
Not every week, though. Come on. Not every week. I'd maybe paint me a real bad picture. Really bad picture of me.
We'll delve into that one another
time.
I
do drink every week.
Yeah, we'll delve into it, Dean. I don't want to talk about that now.
Okay.
Awkward. It's my biggest pet peeve of Dean. Everywhere we go, he's always the drunkest man in the room.
No, I'm not.
Anyway, we'll move on. We're going to have a domestic. So somebody has put a few of these through, which I think is really interesting because I don't think you should feel guilty about this. I think everyone has different skill sets and everyone has different personalities. And please don't feel guilty about this because loads of people said this response, right? So along the lines of, so I'll read a couple of them, but you'll get the gist. Hate playing with my son. Absolutely hate it. I don't enjoy playing with my kids. And basically loads of people were messaging saying that they don't enjoy playing with their children. They see it as a chore.
No, do I. I fucking hate it.
I knew you were going to say that.
I absolutely hate it. I love going out playing football with them or watching a movie with them or...
As they've got older, card games and
Uno games they can play. I love that. Uno with them, they can play.
But you didn't when they were younger.
No, because they were crap. Silly little Barbies, toys.
It's the small world imaginative play, I think you don't like.
It's absolutely horrendous.
But do you feel guilty for not liking it? Or is it just like, I don't like that aspect of it, so I get on with other aspects of it?
I think I do feel a bit guilty for that.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, a little bit. Not majorly, but a bit. Yeah. They asked me to plan, I'm like, all right, but I'm not really enjoying it.
When they used to play shops and stuff with their kitchens.
Yeah,
and
they bring me over like fake ice creams and that. I'm not really present. I just want it to be over. I'm just thinking it's so boring, not stimulating enough. It's pretending to lick wood is not what I want to do. You know what I mean? Like, it's just shit.
It's not what I want to do either, to be fair. Lick your wood. Anyway.
I had to see other parents saying it though. I've never heard it. I've always thought it, but I've never heard it. So
I think...
You don't mind it.
Wherever you say that. But I do have guilty for an aspect to this.
Okay.
Sometimes I feel like when I've been at work, because those of you who don't know, I'm a reception teacher. So part of my job, often throughout the day, is to play with the children and develop their play and model how to play and play games with them. So I do kind of have to do it. But probably what I feel guilty about it is I play all these games at school and role play with children in school and play all these games. And by the time I get home, I am done when the kids ask me to then play. And then I feel really guilty because I think, well, I'm giving all these children at school the best of me and then my children just get the rest of me.
Yeah, that's true. We've noticed.
Don't make me feel any more guilty for that.
Don't even like playing games with me anymore.
You're a dick. Anyway, this is going well today. I feel like my mum's going to turn around after this podcast again and be like, that was a bit awkward. You and Dean were just arguing.
Were we?
Don't know. We've done that before. She's been like, you weren't very nice to Dean in that podcast. And I'm like, stick up for me, Mum. Not him. Right. Any other responses that jumped out at you?
Yeah.
About feeling guilty?
Yeah. This one hits home recently, actually.
Oh, God,
I don't really want to talk about it.
Okay. Go on.
What?
You are going to talk about it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Which one?
The finding one child more annoying than the other.
So someone messaged in saying...
Yeah, they find one of their kids more annoying than the other. I'm feeling that a little bit at the minute. not going to mention anybody, but yeah, one's a little bit more annoying at the moment. Different stages though. It's always different stages you feel it. It's not overall. It's just at different stages of their life. You've always been sometimes the other way.
I think if you're listening and that you're the person that says that they find one child more annoying than their other.
It's normal?
I would say, I think that's normal.
Completely
I don't think
normal.
you need to feel guilty about that at all.
Okay. I do.
You feel guilty about that?
Yeah,
because you can't help it.
I know, but she's just really annoying me at the minute. And I don't know why. It's just like, God. It's like so much, you know? So much. And the other one's just like, not at all. I don't find that at all. At the moment.
I think that can flip for me hour to hour, which one I'm finding more annoying, day to day, week to week.
Yeah, and situation as well. Yeah, if you take one of them to like a farm or something, they're not, not appreciative, they're like moaning the whole time, and then the other one's like loving it, but she's like really, it depends on the situation. But recently, I've noticed where one's a lot more annoying than the other.
Well, I'm saying parents don't feel guilty about that.
No,
I think that's completely normal.
Okay,
well,
cool.
I think.
And normal to you, maybe, because you obviously feel it.
I've got one, and I'm going to say, yeah, you should feel guilty about this one.
Go on.
All right. Somebody put, because I'm a reception teacher, I'm going to have an opinion on this one. Dropping my kids to nursery when they are not 100%.
We've done it.
I've done it, and I feel guilty about it. And yes, so I should. Spreading my child's germs around the nursery or around the reception class or around the school. If you know your child is not well, don't send them in.
It's not that easy.
I know.
Can't always get childcare. It's last minute. You've got to go to work.
I'm saying about the guilt. I'm not saying about doing it or not. I'm saying that is you should feel guilty about that because I feel guilty about that. And it does impact other children. Maybe there are children in the class that are vulnerable. Maybe children in the class, if they get ill, it's much worse for that child.
One dose of Calpol?
I don't know, but I just...
One dose of Calpol does magic.
They do.
Fucking that is a miracle. Drug. That is a miracle drug.
But I get it. I get the guilt from that. But as a teacher and as a mum who's also done that, I'm with you. Sorry.
I think most people have done that once in their life.
I reckon there's people out there, though, that would just do it and not give a shit.
Yeah.
Dump them in.
Me.
They're not well, but they're not my problem today. I think you do get people like that. And you should feel guilty. Haha.
Okay. That one nicely cleared up.
Go on in.
The next one is, lots of people said this, too much screen time.
They were in their droves.
Yeah, so we should mention it. It's like the biggest one.
Then. Yeah.
I do and I don't, because our kids don't have it during the week. They don't have screens. Well, they do.
They have television after school.
Okay, they have TV after school.
Yeah.
No tablets, no iPads, nothing like that. Screen off, I think that's okay. I think that's fine. I do.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't feel guilty about that. Then at the weekends, sometimes they can have the odd day where we do get really loose. And like...
Oh, I feel it. I hate it.
No,
we do not... And it's always me. I'm always bad cop. It's always me going, get off your tablets. Let's go out for a walk. Get off your tablets. Let's go and do this. Get off your tablets. And you're always like, no, I just want to watch the darts. No, I just want to watch the football. And because it's...
180!
Because it's easier for you. And then I'm sitting there being like, okay, well, I don't want to be on my phone right now because I really don't want to. And then you're just there like... watching Sky Sports or whatever. No, the kids are on their tablets and I'm like, let's go for a walk, let's go and do something, let's go for lunch. And you're like, and because you're hungover, you're like, I just want to sit here on the sofa and zombie at the telly.
That is so unfair and absolute bollocks. Sorry, that is absolute rubbish.
All right.
The odd time I'm like that.
Yep.
We always do stuff for the weekend. I think like... say half a day on a Saturday on their iPad isn't a big deal.
Oh, half a day. I think that is a big deal. That is much. I personally don't want them on it for more than 40 minutes in one stint. If they're watching a film, that's different.
I look at it from an overall aspect for the week, and I think how much they had like whole week.
I don't know. I don't want them to start looking forward to their weekends because they can bed rot on their tablets for half a day at 6 and 11 years old. No, we feel so differently about that. it's causing issues.
No, we don't feel differently about it. I just feel like sometimes...
You just said it's okay. I don't feel it's okay. So then what's happening at the weekend is I'm biting their heads off.
It depends.
So I'm like, get off the tablet!
It depends on what you're doing for the rest of the time. If you're going out and doing stuff with them and all that, I think you can be a bit loose in some aspects of it. But it depends as an overall what you've done during the week.
Well, I think
there's no TV in the mornings. There's no iPads in the morning during the whole week. They have a bit after school, and in the weekends.
Yeah, but then you think because Daisy's played a bit of football on Saturday morning that she can just go on her tablet like for the rest of the day.
Not all day. You know, I don't think that. But I feel like we're not perfectly aligned about the usage.
We're not.
Not perfectly. But we are on the same kind of level. I'm not like, I'll just go on it all weekend or have iPads in the morning before school or have iPads after school. We are semi-aligned, but I think you're a bit stricter than me with it. Well, I'm going to admit that, definitely. So, well, there's that. At least we've aired that. So, who needs a therapist? So, yeah, there was a lot. And I get guilty on car journeys as well because obviously we go on big car journeys to Wales and sometimes they do the odd journey, have spent 3 to 4 hours on their iPad.
Yeah, but that's because sometimes the journeys have been 8 hours. Like, we've had some awful journeys to Wales.
But they're fucking frazzled. By the time they get there, their brain is frazzled. And I do feel guilty about that part of it.
Yeah.
But what can you do?
We don't always. We'll have like a Spice Girls marathon. We'll say, right, take the tablets away, and then we sing Spice Girls, or you sing Celine Dion, and they laugh at you.
To become one.
Do your Celine.
No, I'm not doing that. My voice can't get that high. I'm brilliant at Spice Girls, though. I'm real.
Talking of Spice Girls, just quickly, can we just quickly delve into the whole like Brooklyn Beckham thing? Just as a side note for 2 seconds. Because do you think they're feeling pretty guilty as parents right now?
Yeah, we're not going to fully agree on this either. I can see it from both.
Do you know the main thing for me about it that I think this week? So, if you don't know, are you living under a rock? Or where have you been?
Everyone knows.
But basically,
not everyone cares,
Brooklyn
but everyone
Beckham's
knows.
disowned his parents, essentially, hasn't he? And blamed them for a lot of things and aired it all on Instagram, all the dirty family laundry. But, do you know, for me... Like, I know there's a lot of people making, funny videos about it and mocking it and talking about it. But for me, my main opinion on it was, I just think it's really sad. I think it's really sad. I think at the end of the day, that is a family unit. That is parents and child now, fractured relationship. That is a massive deal for them. That is like essentially a breakup of a family and... for me, I think it's really sad. So to see people mocking it,
I do agree with you.
It doesn't sit right with me. And you might be thinking, "Oh, Sara, fucking lighten up, da 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 da." But you
do need to lighten up a bit this week.
I know, but that's what I feel.
I did feel a bit of that. There's always two sides to a story. Haven't heard theirs. And they're not going to. They're not going to do that. They're going to play this down and keep the Beckham brand, strong, hopefully. There's always two sides to this, so reserve judgment, I would say. It's sad, though. It's sad. Oh, Jesus Christ, if my kids disown me, oh, God, I'd feel like...
But also, that's not obviously a decision that he's taken lightly, and that's going to hurt him as well. Yeah. I just think the whole thing's really sad. So to make loads of videos and mock it and it be plastered all over social media is just heartbreaking, in my opinion, as a parent. That's how I felt.
Talking of guilt. Yeah, it fits in very nicely. That wasn't even in the script either.
I know. There you go. Went rogue. One that resonated with me about guilt, so this was a woman that sent this in as well, is she said she feels guilty about spending money on herself. And I was like, yep. Been there. Feel that. I know you don't.
Bloody definitely.
You don't give a shit, mister. I've got about 7,000 pairs of trainers.
They get everything they want. And so I
don't.
What?
From you.
Are you joking me?
Get everything they want?
Bought one of those bloody jelly cats this week, I suppose.
She paid for that with her own money.
Money I'd given her.
Wasn't it? It was her Christmas money.
They get everything.
But you're missing the point here.
Okay, go on.
This person says that you're missing the entire point of the guilt. She feels guilty for spending money on herself. okay? And I'm saying, as a mum and as a wife and as whatever I am, I feel guilty for spending money on myself too. Like, I will go shopping, whether it be, because I love shopping in supermarkets now, guys. If I'm in, say, Tesco and I'm looking at F&F, and I'll pick up maybe a top for myself that costs £20, and I'll be like, I think I should buy that. And I'll put it back. Then I'll go to the kids section and I'll see a cute little 2-piece that maybe our youngest would like, and I'll pick it up and it'll be £28. I'll buy that, but I won't buy myself a £20 top that I really like, that I think, oh, I'd wear that. Why? Why am I like that? Why do I do that?
No idea.
Yeah, because you don't resonate with that at all. You don't understand that guilt.
No, because
I do that all the time. And then if I do buy it, I'll be thinking, oh, I could have spent that on the kids.
I don't just spend my money on myself willy-nilly. I buy stuff that get a weird look.
Actually, somebody messaged me this week saying, I've stopped listening to your podcast and started watching it on YouTube because I love the side eyes that you give Dean.
Yeah, there's plenty of them. Yeah, we're trying to get more YouTube watchers, so yeah. Move over to YouTube.
Anyway, anything else you feel guilty about? Any more guilt, Dean?
I've got one more
Go
to
on,
close
then.
again. Because I do sort of most of the mornings, I do find the mornings quite stressful.
I think everyone finds the morning stressful.
And then by
you can't feel guilty about that.
No, not guilty about that.
What do you feel
but I just can't
about?
wait for them to leave.
Oh.
Like it gets to like 8:25, and like we have to leave like 8:35, and I'm literally like 8:20. I'm like, oh my god, just fucking count down. I'm literally counting down the minutes in my head. I just want them out the house and to school, and I do feel a
nice.
bit. No,
That's lovely.
You can hardly talk. And I do feel guilty about feeling like that, and I love them immensely, but it's just such a challenge in the morning sometimes. I don't listen. Even with the TV off, like, we do that, we've like incorporated that, they just don't listen, brushing their teeth, so like...
I think you are aiming that at one of the children more than the other.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Talking about annoying.
So, poor little kids.
Got to brush her teeth really well today. Set a timer on my phone.
We've done that before.
And it always works.
It always works.
2.5 minutes. She wanted to do it for longer as well.
Oh.
She was watching the timer. She was like loving it, like seeing it's a challenge. So there's a little tip. If your kids are like brushing their teeth like 20 seconds and getting bored, try setting a little timer challenge.
There's also YouTube videos you can watch, and it's like they're little songs about cleaning your teeth.
Ah.
We've done that before.
No,
little songs.
No, I know that. But we just, yeah.
I feel like we're on the rocks today. I don't know.
Well,
I'm going to listen to this back and think, oh, we've been aggy to each other today.
Yeah, that's all right. It's emotion.
Right, let's move on, because last week we didn't do this because it was quite a long podcast last week about sleepovers. Lots of reflection, lots of conversation about that one as well. So thank you. But we didn't have our time for You Be the Judge. But this week we're going to squeeze one in at the end because this is an interesting one. So You Be the Judge. My daughter came home from school and told us that one of the boys in her class had been secretly recording the lessons, both the teacher and the pupils. The school hasn't informed us as parents, but it bothers me that my daughter and her friends and her teacher have been recorded without their consent. Should I speak to the school about this, or am I overreacting?
Speak to the school. 100%, no doubt.
Like, where's that video?
No, why is he doing it?
Yeah.
Why has he got a phone in there? Why are you allowing this? Why is this allowed? Why are people allowed to take their phones and just have them willy-nilly in class in a primary school? You know what I mean? Why?
Well, it doesn't say the year.
Oh, is this just... Oh, okay. So, all right, why are phones coming out in class? Why isn't there stricter measures on that? Or is this?
I mean, I think you'll find it's very prevalent.
Is that just too hard?
I think you'll find it's very prevalent in secondary schools.
Okay.
I personally wouldn't want to be a teacher in a secondary school.
No.
I wouldn't like the idea of being filmed. I wouldn't like the idea as a teacher being filmed, or as not because I've got anything to hide necessarily, but it's just invasion of privacy. Like, I have been filmed as a teacher teaching many times for professional development purposes, for sharing good practice purposes, and for, you know, critiquing video and teaching and trying to get better when I know I'm being filmed. But I just don't like it, and I don't like it.
No, it's not acceptable.
Where are they going?
Go around WhatsApp and stuff like that, can't it? So it's just not acceptable.
So do you think as a school that they should have just been honest and sent a little email, just said, look, just to let you know, child was filming in class today? I don't know.
But then they've got to put in more measures, and then, you know, what measures have schools got? What are like the array of measures that some like secondary schools and stuff like that have got?
I know in primary schools, from the ones I've experienced, that the children have to, when they get to school, their phone goes in the office.
Okay.
But then again, how do you know it's gone in the office? How do you know who's got a phone and who hasn't? And I know in some secondary schools they've started having those pouches, or they have to be in their lockers, or they have to be away. But
should be just harsher punishments. If you got your phone out and you get caught, what can you do?
Take the phone away.
Confiscate it.
But then I can just imagine so many parents being like, "You took my child's phone away. They had to go home on the bus without a phone."
Well, you know the rules.
Oh.
Then you know the rules. Just stick to them. Don't take your phone in class. It really winds me up, this phone stuff in schools. Ban them. Put them in a locker. They stay in the locker until the end of the day. They do not need phones during the day to ring mummy and daddy. They do not.
Well, I doubt that. Most of what they're doing is sharing inappropriate videos.
And they're not even using it to ring mummy and daddy. They don't even ring them. They're just using it to do this kind of stuff. Schools need to implement much harsher stuff. That's what they need to do. It isn't that difficult, surely.
Thank you, Mr. Dean.
Well, I'm the judge.
You are the judge.
But they should. Every school should have this policy. Put your phone in a locker and you can't touch it until the end of the day. If you need it for travel, use it for travel. You don't need it in the day. Kids walking around in playtime on their phone, Snapchatting each other is fucking ridiculous. Ooh. At all levels. It just is. It just is.
I agree with you. You know I agree with you.
How the hell can you disagree with that? Fucking, I was just so angry about it. You're just in playtime on Instagram, Snapchat, WhatsApping each other. Play! Talk! Interact! I'm sorry, but it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous at all levels. And primary school kids don't need phones at any level unless they're literally walking a long distance. They just don't. I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you.
There's
Mr.
my
Passion.
There
you are
go.
The judge. Gavel's been thrown down. All right. Well, let us know in the comments if you related to any of our parenting guilts today, or maybe we haven't covered one that hits you hard. Share to make us all feel better, please, on this parenting journey.
Thank you for listening. I've calmed down now. Thank you.
Thanks.